Good morning, everyone. As you can probably tell, I have nothing on my table at the beginning of this video, and there's a special reason for that. And that is the next stupid project that I that I dragged home. It doesn't roll. I keep doing it. Well, if you watch my short videos, you have already seen it. I dragged it home on a trailer. Together with this. This is not it, because that is another video. It's not really the season, but we are closing in on lawnmower season. And I got this in the same deal as that big honking Honda tiller. It's an MTD LF 125 garden tractor. The guy I got it from said that it ran, and we all heard that before, right? But he bought it for spare parts, as far as I understood, because he needed a front axle for his other lawn tractor. So the front axle, it's got issues, but let me drag all this junk back into the garage, which is all the way up there. Shoot. Well, see you in there. Yeah, like a glove, of course. Great. So what do we even got here? I think it's a 2000 yeah, what do I think? 2007. The engine is 2007. Makes sense. MTD garden tractor. Like I said, the gentleman I bought it from bought this as a parts machine to steal the front axle. He said that it ran fine. Yeah, we all heard that before, right? And that he only needed the axle. Yeah, but we will see about that. Now, the axle is taken off because he stole it for his machine. This is the one from his machine that I don't remember what it was. It was standing right beside this one, but I don't remember. Well, the lower hole the lower hole is egged out, as you can quite clearly see. And that was the reason why he swapped it. And that leaves me with this wonderful project here to see if I can get this to resemble a garden tractor again. Everything should be here, and in this video I'm just gonna try to do an assessment and see if I can figure out if everything is here and if I can get a working machine out of this. We've got a 12.5 horsepower bricks with the dreaded Nicky carb, I do believe. That is, yeah, oh no, it stands right there. This is my kryptonite, together with the carbs on a freaking Honda. They always kick my ass. But we'll see if this is any different. The mower deck is, you're getting the sun right in your face. The mower deck is here. It has gotten some new wheels at some point. A lot of surface rust, but I didn't see holes yet. But this is the most I have ever seen the machine, because it was a package deal with that big honking Honda tiller, walk-behind tractor, and we just we basically just loaded this on the trailer, and I got everything that he had. He said that he had for it. So we'll see if I can make something. The key is missing, so that's just perfect. This handle is free. Do we have oil? Yeah, we got something. Fine. We're missing the cap for the, oh, this is loose, for the spark plug. maybe doesn't matter. Yeah, the axle here. The muffler is here. Is that together with that tray here? Now I don't know what any of these brackets do. I imagine some of them might be for the mower deck. What is this? Is this a part of the... I have no idea. Mind you, I have never done this before, so if I'm doing anything wrong, please leave a comment because I have no idea. Okay, this is actually looking promising because I was a bit curious if I would have the come on, mouth. English is tough. If I would have all the parts for the steering, and this is a pretty important part. It goes on top of one of the wheels. I also have the rods here for the steering. This is for the head. Oh, who's that dumbass? This is for the light assembly. And so I'm unsure if that is going to work ever again. Yeah, I got the rods here for the steering. Well, yeah, stuff is moving, so it's looking promising. I don't really know in what order I want to tackle this because I cannot really make up my mind which problem is my biggest. That it is not rolling or if the engine is running. It's one of the two. It would be nice to have a rolling chassis, so maybe I'm gonna do that first. We got something on the loose inside the muffler. I don't know what that is. It'll be interesting. I hope it's not a part that we need. Do the engine rotate? Well, it's not locked solid. Yeah, well, it is standing on the pulley. So, yeah. I'm getting more and more convinced that the engine is not my issue. It is really the front axle. I have some stuff lined up here. And as I said, this one was one I was really interested in because I do believe that goes on the top of one of the front wheels to make it turn. I don't know if these go in there somehow or this is from an angle grinder. I don't know what this is doing here or this. No idea. But I think I'm gonna get organized a little bit here, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can get the axle mounted, so that I might be able to have a rolling machine. That would be very nice. So I'm gonna do a little bit of stuff, and then just bring you back once I'm ready to show you something. So I have already ran into trouble. That means that I cannot go any further with the front axle, because not only is the front axle ached out completely down here, it also needs plastic bushings top and bottom, and I only have one, and it is completely worn through. So this has been hammering along for quite a long time. So front axle assembly as of right now failed, because I need to order at least these parts and figure out what can I do about this ached out hole here. But to keep the project moving, I think what am I gonna do? Well, I think I'm gonna take off the cutting deck, because it is in a pretty rough shape, and I also spotted in here. I don't know if you can see it all the way in here. Well, I can see light, so there's a hole, a big gouge missing or something. So I'm gonna take it out. Actually, while I'm at it, I might even order some wheels. I don't know if it needs a wheel in here. Yeah, you cannot even see it, so. But maybe I should order those wheels also, because this one over here, I don't know if it's from something else. Well, maybe I'll wait a little bit with that, because yeah, I might as well take a look at the cutting, the mowing deck. Is that what it's called? The mower deck. So I think I'm gonna take that off and put aside, take a look at it. And then I think we got clearance underneath, so we can maybe take a look at the engine if that thing will run. Yeah, I'm gonna take out the mower deck and see what surprises is waiting for me there. So I got the mower deck wrestled from underneath the machine and outside, where I can have a better look. And there's quite a few issues going on here. Oh boy, I don't even know if it's worth fixing again, because it has already had a really big patch welded on here, and here is a new weld, and this has been welded. Well, to be fair, the deck was mounted, so the welds are holding up, and to be fair, I haven't tried. We're looking at it together for the first time here. This is actually nice and quiet. It's not saying anything. And the other one, that's the belt. I think the bearings they're okay in the two towers there, and this is a bit stiff, but it's not growling. Yeah, and then, as I said, there's a pretty big crack there. I don't know if you can see it. How does it need out? Yeah, there you can see it. That is not good. So this mower deck alone is a project. This is also not how it's supposed to be. It is supposed to be a rod that goes into those 2 points here and connect to a bracket at the front of the machine. Somebody put a chain on it and went around some kind of issue like that. And then the two wheels, that one is completely clapped out and that one is completely different. And then the chute for the discharge is also there's a hole in it. So I'm leaning towards I'm leaning towards that this I might kick the machine down the road just like it is, or it has to be a winter project, or at least a project for a time when I do not have a lineup of 30 lawnmowers. And also, most of the problems I see is related to the mower deck. This is also really egged out of this hole here, and the rod, the end of the rod here is worn pretty bad. It's almost worn over. I don't know if I can show you. And actually it's the same story with the link arm over there. So it needs new arms here, and that bar that goes to a bracket up front, and then the mower deck itself needs to get a complete overhaul. paint and welds and all kinds of happy horse shit. And then there's the tractor. I haven't even gone through the tractor yet. Well, the tractor really only, I don't know yet, but for what I can see right now, it is actually only the axle that needs some bushings. And then I think maybe it would be a rolling chassis. Does the engine even run? And what about the transmission? I think it's a hydrostat. Yeah, I think it's a hydrostatic. Yeah, and we're missing a key. I don't know, guys. I think this is a bit too much right now. I just think it is. I think my time is better spent right now with some of my my other projects, but it would be so nice to have a rolling chassis. There's also a financial issue, not issue, but there's a financial side of this, because I'm not made of money. I don't think many people are, but I run my shop here by making YouTube videos, which isn't providing basically anything. I have made $100 since I started. But thank you for those $100. It's from pure viewing, so I'm very grateful for that. But most of my money for this, I'm keeping the economy for my machines and my workshop and tools and supplies separate from my everyday money. So I don't have a lot of money to sink into this machine, and it's really not worth all that money, I think. And it's in the beginning of the season for lawn mowing, and no, it hasn't really started yet. So I haven't had any money going in yet, but I have spent a lot of money on junk. There's also a power tiller waiting, and I got the NIBI project going, which all of them they haven't provided me with any income yet. So this was an assessment, really brief, and I already ran into all kinds of trouble telling me that I should either wait or get rid of it. Maybe I can put the mower deck back on and put it up for sale and tell people that they really need to either fix the mower deck or take it completely off. And then maybe I can cover my costs, and that would be very nice. But yeah, I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm gonna take a little look at the engine, see if I can hack something there, because we are missing the key. Super. So I pulled out the pigtail from the ignition switch and hooked up hillbilly style the smallest battery available, the only battery I have available, and jump up cables. And I was just hot wiring, and I was just hot wiring the engine to see if it would even turn, and it does turn. And if you look at the spark plug, I don't know if you can see it, we got spark. Contact. The battery is too weak. Much too weak. So I went and grabbed the battery from my garden tractor down in the shed, and I also really quick and dirty hang the muffler on, just to not annoy the neighbors too much. So let's try this one more time. And we are at half throttle and choke. Let's try it. Contact. This is also not strong enough to overcome the compression. Maybe it was hydrolocking because it just shot a bunch of something. And it also picked up speed as I went along. Ugh. Maybe it was full of water, just as my standard would have it. Yeah, it is full of something, I can tell you that much. One more time, last time. Contact. Nothing. No, it ain't having it. God damn it. Yeah, spark plug is pretty wet. I think you cannot see anything. I think it's gasoline, and it smells bad. You can see it's kind of wet in there, and when I crank it, stuff gets out. It doesn't look too good, right? And it smells of gasoline. But I have pinched off the line and disconnected it, so maybe it's just flooding. Oh, it was flooded. The float could be sticking, and yeah. Do I really want to mess with it right now? I'm about to throw the towel. Can you hear that? Because I don't know what I expected. An easy fix. Come on, who are you trying to fool? No, it's just that I got so much other stuff lined up, so I'm not really in a position where I can use countless hours just to make it run. Not right now, anyways. If we didn't have all those other problems, then it would be fine, just tackling the carb there, but I'm not sure. Poof, and then it was gone again. No, I just set it aside for now because I'm running out of time today, and my time is much better spent with something that can come through. Yeah, and also the battery was weak, so I'm gonna let it charge overnight and then try again tomorrow. But for now, it just hangs out over there. Okay, so I have made up my mind. I was about ready to throw in the towel already because I think it was just too much. But what do you do if you have a big problem? You divide it up into pieces. So I'm gonna focus on the tractor to begin with, get it up on 4 paws, and then see if we can get the engine running. I have the battery on charge here, hoping that it will come back to life. It is the battery for my Husqvarna ride-on mower, so I really hope it's not toast. So yeah, first step, get it up on all 4 paws. I'm gonna need to order those plastic bushings, and I'm gonna try my very worst at... Yeah, the hole is egged out, as you can probably tell, and I'm no welder, but anyways, you cannot break it if it's already broken. So I'm gonna try to put in some weld here, and then just take the time it needs to make a round hole with a file or something later. So that's my goal for tonight. Put in some weld and probably destroy the axle, but I will cross that bridge when I get there. So wish me luck. I'm gonna make a big gamble here by showing my my welding skills. I am no welder, as you can probably tell, but as for a guy who doesn't weld, I think it turned out alright. Now I just need to make it round, and that I marked it with a Sharpie, and everything beyond this point of the Sharpie, it needs to get removed again. And I think that's possible. Now I just need to order those bushings. Yeah. Leave a comment. What do you think? Both positive and negative. Every comment is welcome. Looks like shit. So I just gave it 1 coat of rust protection primer. No, rust proofing primer it says on the can. And I don't know, 2 or 3 layers of engine paint. I don't know how that is going to turn out. I think it looks alright. It got some scars and stuff, and that's okay, because I basically only painted it because my weld here, I gave it a quick blast with an angle grinder, and therefore there was bare metal, and I thought I can not only paint this area, so I just cleaned it, primed it, and painted it. It's not perfect, but that's not the purpose of this. It was just to protect it, or try to at least. Now I've got my bushings in the mail, so I'm gonna wrestle the machine up on the table again and see if I can get it up on all 4 paws. So I think I've got everything that I need to just simply put in the axle. Bolts, tools, I think I got it, and my new bushings. I don't know how this goes together because I didn't take it apart and I have never put one together, so let's just see how far we will get tonight.
Out in the garage where the magic unfolds, mowers and tools, age-old stories told. With a wrench in my hand and a smile on my face, I bring back to life what time can erase. So gather around, hear the engines hum. In Kenny's clacky garage, we're making it right. From rusty to shiny, we'll restore the delight. With every turn of the screw, every blade that we tame, join the journey with me, it's more than a game. Lawnmowers roar and hear the power surge, fixing their hearts, it's my joyful urge. With every repair, my passion shines bright. Kenny's clacky garage, a true labor of light. tune into the grind.
Haha. I think I think it's good now. That movement that is in the wheels, and it's the same on both sides. Yeah. It's in the wheels. So I'm just gonna put it down and enjoy my work for tonight. Yes! Sometimes I just get so tired of myself. So I think I'm just gonna put on the control arms and yeah, maybe see if the steering works and then call it a night. So the rods are back on again. It seems to be tracking somewhat okay. The steering wheel is in the sort of straight position. This wheel it's turning a bit like this, and maybe also the other one. Yeah, I think it is. But we still got issues with the front. We still got issues with the front axle here and the steering. Down here, sorry, that's a wire for the mic. Down here, I'm pretty sure we need bushings here, and also in there. That is the gears for the steering, and I don't know if the camera will show it, but the axle for the steering wheel, the axle that comes from the steering wheel, has quite a bit of slop, and I cannot really see what is in there. Underneath there's just a screw up in here going up in the axle from the steering wheel. So I think maybe we can get a bearing. That might also just be a bushing, because when I researched online for these bushings, there was tons of plastic bushings for everywhere, but it didn't say on the on the website, so that's just perfect. Well, first goal for the tractor here accomplished. Now it is standing on 4 wheels. Who would have thought? Wow, that's perfect. I guess this is good enough for now. Next up, let's see if we can get this engine to turn. I have had the battery from my other tractor on boil for a couple of days. So let's see if it got the snot to turn this thing around. I mean, my other tractor is a 16 horse 2-cylinder bricks, and this is only single cylinder, 12.5 horse, and only half the displacement, I think. So if it cannot turn it over, something must be wrong. Mosquito, get away. Yeah, well, that's it for tonight. So let's see if the battery got the snot to crank this engine. If it doesn't have the power, I don't know what's wrong, because this battery used to crank a 2-cylinder 600cc bricks. The plug is in, but the wire is out, just because we're not ready to run it yet. But let's see. Contact. What is that strange sound? What is going on? So I just took the plug out again, just because I don't understand why. It turns over and air is blowing out of the plug hole. Why wouldn't it? Plug is back in again. I don't get it. Can you hear that sound? When it releases? I don't get it. Something's wrong. I just made a really quick compression test. It clocks out at 80 psi, so apparently the starter cannot overcome 80 psi. So what's wrong? Do we have a weak starter? Should I take it off? Take a look. So I got the starter apart here, and this seems really dry, but that's probably not it. And inside the drum here, the light's getting you. The brushes seems to be with quite a lot of meat on them, and the magnets, maybe they just need cleaning a little bit, but I don't really see other than that is really dirty, and maybe that yellow discoloration, I don't know if it means anything. So I'm just gonna try to clean it a little bit and see if we got a better result after this. The starter is back on again now, and it just turned over. There we go. So, a weak battery, or no, the battery was fully charged. Maybe a weak starter, I don't know. I cleaned it up as I just showed you that I would. The plug is in. It turns over, so now I'm gonna put the wire back on, and I think I'm gonna, well, I might as well bite the bullet and introduce some fuel to this kryptonite of mine, the Nicky carb. So I'm gonna dump in some fuel in the fuel tank and see if we are leaking. I hope not. And then we'll try if this damn thing will start. Yeah, that should be more than enough. Maybe I should have had my fuel line pincher ready, but I don't. Maybe I should bring it over so it is ready for when that Nicky carb is deciding to leak like they normally do when, or not. Actually, I don't even remember what the deal was last time. Did it overflow, and how did I discover that? I don't remember. I just thought I saw a little drip, but no. We got fuel up to here, which should be, I guess, should be enough. There's all kinds of spiders and lovely things in the gas tank. Well, fuel should be in the carb now, I guess. So, wish me luck. Place your bets. Is it gonna run? Is it gonna crank? We've got half throttle and choke. Plug it in, the wire is on. I hope it does not run off the bench, because I haven't checked the transmission. I don't know how it works on this machine. That lever over there is in the neutral position. I don't know what it does, but there's a picture of a tractor going forward and backwards. I don't know. If it runs off the table, then we have a reason to scrap it, right? Okay. Contact. Yeah, now it won't turn over. It just shut out the exhaust. The exhaust is down there. The intake. Well, I think the exhaust is leaking. Wow! Listen! It runs like a sewing machine. This is idle, the throttle handle is all the way down. It sounds fine, it's really quiet. So let's just give it some throttle, see what it does. Well, when it runs full throttle, it's not that quiet anymore. Nice. Now, how do I shut it off? Shut off. Come on. I need you to shut off. It won't. There we go. Well, when it first started, some liquid, water or something was spewing out on me from I don't know where. This area here, I was standing here, right? And you were over there. And there is some, I don't know, is it water? What in the world is it? I don't know. But this is a great success. We have a running engine now. And that's just perfect. Yes! And the Nicky carb is not, it's nuts. And the Nicky carb is not even leaking. yet. Well, I think this video is long enough now. We got a running engine, which is a huge deal because now we can move on. So next up, I think we're gonna have to see if we got a drivetrain, and I don't know how to operate it. I guess this is directionals, and I think, I don't know, is this speed? I don't know. It says park there, and yeah, I don't really know. This must be a brake pedal. So now that we got a running engine, we can see if the damn thing will even move. But I think I'm gonna have to look some stuff up because I have no idea how it works. I could also go and, yeah, I think off camera I'm gonna run it some more, drain the oil and put in some new oil because I'm sure it's going to need it. And then in the next video, I hope that we can see this thing run around on all four wheels. Can we get it to shut off again? Are we running out of fuel? No? Well, we there you are. Yeah, we got it yard driving, and I have also been blasting up and down the road a couple of times, and it still needs quite a lot of work. As you might saw, there's 10 degrees slop in the steering wheel, where the front wheels are not doing anything, and it is not even trying to move the linkages and stuff down there. That's pure slop in here. Then comes the slop in this connecting arm, and I'm sure there's a lot of slop in the ball joint in here, and also down there, of course. When you're driving fast, there's an awful howling sound from the transmission, and on top of that, there's also the mower deck that just needs everything. So I'm still not sure how far I'm gonna go with this. I have had all the best intentions, but I just think it needs too much. For me, right now anyways, I'm not really at a skill level or financially. As I said, I do not have, even if I had the financial opportunity to just make this right, it just isn't worth it. A used machine like this in this condition normally don't bring more than, I think, 3 or 4,000 Danish kroner. And before I'm done, that would be a loss. So I'm not really sure. I mean, it drives, and the engine runs. The engine seems like it's running fine. I changed the oil and cleaned the carburetor real quick, and it seems to be running fine. It also needs a battery. A battery for one of these is normally around 700 kroner, on top of all the other stuff. I paid 1,250 for the machine. 1,250, and if you put 700 alone for the battery, we are at 950 kroners. I'm into this machine, and I really doubt that I will get more than 3 or 3,500. It is really rusty and banged up, and yeah, and again, the mower deck is just needs everything. And also, we have no key, so we had to figure out something with a key. I'm just not sure. I think this is the end for the machine. Oh, well, I also paid 110 kroner for the bushings, and I painted the front axle with paint I had lying around. So I'm not really sure what to do. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions. I think I'm at the end. Unfortunately, I don't have the time or the money, and I will never get the money back. So I think I could be wrong, but this might be the end for this tractor. It was really fun. It was really fun messing around with it, but I just don't think it's worth it for me. It was something else if it was for myself. Then it would be actually really cheap. But I have a Husqvarna ride-on mower that also needs quite a bit of TLC. So yeah, decisions. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I'm not sure if we will see more of this tractor, but if you have been watching, thank you very much. why not consider subscribing? It's totally free, and it will help a small YouTuber like me quite a lot. If you like small YouTube channels and want to support them, why not head on over to Mavs Fix-It Shop? He does similar things. Or if you like diesel stuff more, I just stumbled upon a Canadian YouTuber from Manitoba. His channel is called RCDiesel. Check his videos out. He's really great diesel mechanic from Canada. Check him out. And Mavs Fix-It Shop, of course. And of course, watch my videos first. But when you're done with that, check out those guys. Stay safe.